solutions in minutes. This is our second video in the Copilot series playlist. So here we're going to cover topics. So the first thing you want to do is click on your Copilot that we created in the previous video. You may have named it differently. I'm calling it Microsoft Sam because I think it's silly. So go ahead and open up your Copilot. And then as you're looking through the description of your Copilot and the knowledge source, in our case learn.microsoft.com is what we used in our previous video, you'll get to this section here called topics. And first thing I want to do is talk about what topics are. So if we click on topics up here, you can see that we have 7 custom topics and they are enabled, so they're turned on. And these actually come out of the box when you create the Copilot, okay? So it's got a goodbye phrase, it's got a greeting. So the greeting is generally what it says, from the very beginning. There's some examples here of some simple topics with conditions and stuff like that to kind of help you. We'll go over something right now that we'll create together. And then there's like a thank you. But if you click on all over here, you'll see that there's actually quite a few more topics. And there's escalation, there's fallback. So now it gets me to start to thinking about, what if I want to create a support ticket with a company. Maybe my phone stopped working and I want to get support, right? So let's imagine that, and what we'll do is we're going to create a topic, and we're going to leverage some of the template-based functionality as well. So let's click on add a topic, and then click on, instead of clicking from blank, click create from description with Copilot, and then it'll give us the option to name our topic and then what it actually does we would write out here. But I'm not going to write anything. I'm actually going to leverage, see these examples here? These examples would program the Copilot a certain way, okay? What I do is if I view more examples, there actually is a create a support ticket, including a title, severity, description, and an email address to send update notifications to. So that sounds great. I want to use this template functionality, and then I'll name this topic create a case. Okay, so imagine that the topic is essentially a way that you can create a behavior that is contextual to your business process. Okay, so I'm going to click create, and then that's going to spin up this topic. And first thing we'll look at is the trigger. So here are the phrases that we can use out of the box to tell the Copilot that we want to create a case. And then it's going to accept our input for those 4 different values that we talked about. So open a new case, we could say create a support ticket, report an issue, file a complaint, start a new case. We can even say, let's add another one, create a ticket, like this. So we add that in there. And then next thing we'll do is down here, what you see is please provide a title for the support ticket. So this is a question node, and it's going to receive text. So we want to save the user response as a variable. Okay, so what you do is you click over here, and we don't have any variables yet. Variables are a way that you can store the context across your Copilot, okay, of different data that you put in. And they're very flexible. There's a lot we can do with them. We're going to have a lot of fun using variables for a variety of different videos that we make. So let's create a new variable. Now, when you create the variable, it will literally just call it var1 or something like var2, etc. What I want to do is I want to name this variable based on what it's asking. The question it's asking is please provide a title for the support ticket. So I'm going to call this actually I'm going to call it case title, okay? And so then I know what it is. Down here, this is the severity, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and create another variable, and I'm going to update it to be case severity. You can kind of see where I'm going with this, right? So it's, and look, notice this linear path, right? It's asking a question. We could do something in between the questions, like another node doing something else. We'll get into that in other videos, but that's not what we're doing right now. Here is describe the issue in detail. So here I want to create another var, and I'll call it, as you probably already know, case description. And I'm going to make it like this. And then the last variable is going to be email address. We'll do this, email address. Okay. And so now down here we have like an error, because what it's going to do is it's going to report back after it gets all that data what our case is about. Okay, it's pretty simple. Obviously, we would want to integrate this with Dynamics 365 CE, for example, using omni-channel customer service, right? But the point is, in here, you click on this, and then it's looking for these specific parameters, and it's not finding it, so we have an error. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove these, and I'm going to add in the variables that we named, because it's expecting these, but that's not what we're using. So so then we'll just, if I could just delete it, I'll delete it in a second. Okay, so title, what you can guess, we click on insert variable here, and there's that. Then severity, and I'll add a space. Put that here, and then description. And then over here, we'll put in our email value. And so that's the end of this basic action. So I'll save this. If you have any errors, just keep an eye on your variable names and types. Also look at the message. Make sure that your variables are referenced in the actual message and it's not referencing something else, okay? So now that we've saved it, let's test this out. So here's our Copilot. I'm gonna refresh him by clicking this little refresh to start a new conversation. All right. And I'm not particularly fond of the current greeting, so we'll change that in another video. But let's go ahead and say create a ticket. Okay, so please provide a title for the support ticket. I'm going to say it's medium severity, and then the issue is my phone is no longer charging, and the screen no longer displays anything. I need a replacement ASAP. I'm under warranty. I give you my email address. We'll do I'll get my email out. And so here it is. So we got support ticket created successfully, details, and it's got all our information. The phone's not working is the title, and so on, right? So the beauty of this is that we could leverage Power Automate at the end of this process in our topic to pass this as a case into Dynamics 365 CE. That easy. So thank you so much for joining me in this process. As always, it's a pleasure, and in the next video we're going to go into integrating this process with Dynamics 365 CE. Have a great day, and thanks again for watching.